being positive but on a low level of 0.8 and 1.4%, respectively. To support the economy, the government is currently following an expansionary fiscal policy. However, the effects of this policy are partially offset by monetary policy, which has been contractionary. If not for the fiscal stimulus in 2018, the UAE economy would probably have contracted in that year. One of the factors responsible for slower growth has been a credit crunch, which is due to, among other factors, higher interest rates. Government debt has remained on a low level, despite high deficits in a few recent years. Risks related to government debt remain low. Inflation has been picking up in 2017 and 18. Contributing factors were the introduction of a value-added tax, VAT, of 5%, 295, in 2018, as well as higher commodity prices. Despite the government's expansionary fiscal policy and a growing economy in 2018 and at the beginning of 2019, prices have been dropping in late 2018 and 2019 owing to oversupply in some sectors of importance to consumer prices. 287. The UAE has an attractive tax system for companies and wealthy individuals, making it a preferred destination for companies seeking tax avoidance. The NGO Tax Justice Network places them in 2021 in the group of the 10 largest tax havens. 296. VAT. The UAE government implemented value-added tax, VAT, in the country from the 1st of January, 2018 at a standard rate of 5%. 297. Oil and gas. Ruwais Refinery is the fourth largest single-site oil refinery in the world and the biggest in the Middle East. The UAE leadership initiated economic diversification efforts even before the oil price crash in the 1980s, resulting in the UAE having the most diversified economy in the Middle East and North Africa, MENA, region at present. Although the oil and gas sector continues to be significant to the UAE economy, these efforts have yielded great resilience during periods of oil price fluctuations and economic turbulence. Barring any escalation of global economic disruptions or regional tensions, we anticipate that growth will resume in the UAE in 2020 to 21. Buoyed by expansionary fiscal policy interventions and new laws that are favorable to investors. In 2018, the oil and gas sector contributed 26% to overall GDP. The introduction of the VAT has provided the government with an additional source of income, approximately 6% of the total revenue in 2018, or 27 billion United Arab Emirates dirham, AED, affording its fiscal policy more independence from oil and gas-related revenue, which constitutes about 36% of the total government revenue. While the government may still adjust the exact arrangement of the VAT, it is not likely that any new taxes will be introduced in the foreseeable future. Additional taxes would destroy one of the UAE's main enticements for businesses to operate in the country and put a heavy burden on the economy. 287. The UAE's carbon dioxide emissions per capita are high, ranking 6th among countries globally. 298. The Barakan nuclear power plant is the first on the Arabian Peninsula and expected to reduce the carbon footprint of the country. 299. Tourism. Tourism acts as a growth sector for the entire UAE economy. Dubai is the top tourism destination in the Middle East. 233. According to the annual MasterCard Global Destination Cities Index, Dubai is the fifth most popular tourism destination in the world. 300. Dubai holds up to 66% share of the UAE's tourism economy, with Abu Dhabi having 16% and Sharjah 10%. Dubai welcomed 10 million tourists in 2013. Dubai Marina Beach. The UAE has the most advanced and developed infrastructure in the region. 301. Since the 1980s, the UAE has been spending billions of dollars on infrastructure. These developments are particularly evident in the larger Emirates of Abu Dhabi and Dubai. The Northern Emirates are rapidly following suit, providing major incentives for developers of residential and commercial property. 302. 303. The inbound tourism expenditure in the UAE for 2019 accounted for 118.6% share of the outbound tourism expenditure. 303. Since the 6th of January, 2020, tourist visas to the United Arab Emirates are valid for 5 years. 304. It has been projected that the travel and tourism industry will contribute about 280.6 billion United Arab Emirati dirham to the UAE's GDP by 2028. 303. Transport. Air. Emirates, one of the world's largest airlines based in Dubai. Etihad Airways, second largest airline in UAE based in Abu Dhabi. Dubai International Airport became the busiest airport in the world by international passenger traffic in 2014, overtaking London Heathrow. 305. Highways. E311, one of major roads in the UAE. Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Ajman, Al Quwain, and Ras Al Khaimah are connected by the E11 highway, which is the longest road in the UAE. In Dubai, in addition to the Dubai Metro, the Dubai Tram and Palm Jumeirah monorail also connect specific parts of the city. There is also a bus, taxi, Abra and water taxi network run by RTA. T1, a double-decker tram system in downtown Dubai, were operational from 2015 to 2019. Salik, meaning open or clear, is Dubai's electronic toll collection system that was launched in July 2007 and is part of Dubai's traffic congestion management system. Each time one passes through a Salik tolling point, a toll is deducted from the driver's prepaid toll account using advanced radio frequency identification (RFID) technology. There are 4 Salik tolling points placed in strategic locations in Dubai, at Al Maktoum Bridge, Al Garhoud Bridge, and along Sheikh Zayed Road at Al Safa and Al Barsha. 306. Eligibility to drive. Individual customers, citizens and residents, who are above the legal age and medically fit, are eligible to get a driving learning permit and apply for a new driving license. The minimum age requirement to obtain a driving license depends on the vehicle for which you are obtaining the license. The minimum age requirement is as follows: Sad Smiley 307, 17 years for motorcycles and for vehicles for people with special needs. 18 years for cars and light vehicles. 20 years for heavy vehicles and tractors. 21 years for buses. Rail. A Dubai Metro train. Dubai Metro is Arabian Peninsula's first rapid transit system and was the world's longest driverless metro network until 2016. 1,200 kilometers, 750 mi. Countrywide railway is under construction which will connect all the major cities and ports. 308. The Dubai Metro is the first urban train network in the Arabian Peninsula. 309. C. The major ports of the United Arab Emirates are Khalifa Port, Zayed Port, Port Jebel Ali, Port Rashid, Port Khalid, Port Said, and Port Khor Fakkan. 310. The Emirates are increasingly developing their logistics and ports in order to participate in trade between Europe and China or Africa. For this purpose, Ports are being rapidly expanded and investments are being made in their technology. The Emirates have historically been and currently still are part of the maritime Silk Road that runs from the Chinese coast to the south via the southern tip of India to Mombasa, from there through the Red Sea via the Suez Canal to the Mediterranean, there to the upper Adriatic region and the northern Italian hub of Trieste with its rail connections to Central Europe, Eastern Europe and the north. C. 311, 312, Telecommunications. The UAE is served by two telecommunications operators, Etisalat and Emirates Integrated Telecommunications Company, DO. Etisalat operated a monopoly until DO launched mobile services in February 2007. 313. Internet subscribers were expected to increase from 0.904 million in 2007 to 2.66 million in 2012. 314. The regulator, the Telecommunications Regulatory Authority, mandates filtering websites for religious, political and sexual content. 315. 5G wireless services were installed nationwide in 2019 through a partnership with Huawei. 316. Culture. Emirati culture is based on Arabian culture and has been influenced by the cultures of Persia, India, and East Africa. 317. Arabian and Arabian-inspired architecture is part of the expression of the local Emirati identity. 318. Arabian influence on Emirati culture is noticeably visible in traditional Emirati architecture and folkets. 317. For example, the distinctive wind tower which tops traditional Emirati buildings, the Barjeel, has become an identifying mark of Emirati architecture and an Emirati folk dance. The women flip their hair sideways in bright light-colored traditional dress. Is attributed to Arabian influence. 317. This influence is derived both from traders who fled the tax regime in Persia in the early 19th century and from Emirati ownership of ports on the Arabian coast, for instance the Al-Qasimi port of Linj. 319. A band performs Yawla in an Emirati wedding. Yawla is a cultural dance derived from Arab tribes' sword battles. The United Arab Emirates has a diverse society. 320. Dubai's economy depends more on international trade and tourism, and is more open to visitors, while Abu Dhabi society is more domestic as the city's economy is focused on fossil fuel extraction. 321. Major holidays in the United Arab Emirates include Eid al-Fitr, which marks the Eid of Ramadan, and National Day, the 2nd of December, which marks the formation of United Arab Emirates. 322. Emirati males prefer to wear a khandura, an ankle-length white tunic woven from wool or cotton, and Emirati women wear an abaya, a black overgarment that covers most parts of the body. 323. Ancient Emirati poetry was strongly influenced by the 8th century Arab scholar Al-Khalil bin Ahmed. The earliest known poet in the UAE is Ibn Majid, born between 1432 and 1437 in Ras Al Khaimah. The most famous Emirati writers were Mubarak al-Okali, 1880-1954, Salim bin Ali al-Oais, 1887-1959, and Ahmed bin Sulaim, 1905-1976. Three other poets from Sharjah, known as the Hira group, are observed to have been heavily influenced by the Apollo and Romantic poets. 324. The Sharjah International Book Fair is the oldest and largest in the country. The list of museums in the United Arab Emirates includes some of regional repute, most famously Sharjah with its heritage district containing 17 museums. 325, which in 1998 was the cultural capital of the Arab world. 326, in Dubai, The area of Al-Quds has attracted a number of art galleries as well as museums such as Salsali Private Museum. 327. Abu Dhabi has established a culture district on Saadiyat Island. 6 grand projects are planned, including the Guggenheim Abu Dhabi and the Louvre Abu Dhabi. 328. Dubai also plans to build a Kunsthalle museum and a district for galleries and artists. 329. Emirati culture is a part of the culture of Eastern Arabia. Liwa is a type of music and dance performed locally, mainly in communities that contain descendants of Bantu peoples from the African Great Lakes region.